Hi, my name is Cleo, and I watch this Dutch show called First Dates. Sometimes it's good, but other times it's really embarrassing to watch. And the people on that show I could run into at the supermarket, so that must mean almost everyone must have at least one first date horror story. Today we're diving back into Reddit and seeing what type of horror people have gone through with their first dates. I'm excited to read your horror stories as well, so be sure to leave them in the comments below. And, of course, leave a like, maybe. Enjoy! Here we go. Well, the last date I went on is the first date I've had in years. Always a good start. The girl didn't know it was a date, even though I blatantly used the word date when I asked her out. She thought I was joking or something, but said yes anyway. I ended up making her feel uncomfortable because I had the whole thing planned out. Needless to say, there wasn't a second date. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this, but I think it's safe to say if you ask someone out on a date, it's probably a date. But I do understand that there are nuances in maybe how you communicated with someone in the past. I'll share my story. There was a Christmas dance at school and I didn't have anyone to go with because I didn't. And I had this one friend we would bully back and forth and it was just funny, but I was not into him at all. We decided to go together, but I somehow misinterpreted or something because he actually came to my house in a suit and he brought flowers and I felt so bad because young Cleo didn't understand that maybe people's feelings could actually get hurt, you know? So take that with you, ladies, okay? Don't hurt a man's feelings. Just say, no, thank you. I'm going alone. It's not really a first date, but I asked this girl to semi-formal, and it was the first time we actually sat down together to talk. That's cute. That's cute. I count that as a date. Because I don't know if I've ever really had a first date. I didn't know what to talk to her about. So when our Caesar salad came in, I went on for about 15 minutes about the origins of the salad and why it's actually Mexican. She gave me a strange face and no one at the table ever let it go. I don't know, I think that's pretty cute because you at least tried. It doesn't sound like she tried to talk about anything else, but probably you also took a lot of the attention from her by keeping talking about the Caesar salad. But to be honest, Caesar salad is pretty interesting. I think if you went on a tangent about where food came from or why some type of food is cool, I think I'd be into it. Maybe not for 15 minutes though. Okay, this promises to be a great one. Went to see a movie with a girl I had a crush on for a long time. Okay. We decided to see Up, expecting a lighthearted Pixar animated movie. I mean, it's not super lighthearted, but I actually think Up is a perfect movie with your partner in general. It's such a cute movie. It took so much effort to stop myself from uncontrollably sobbing at the beginning of the movie, but nothing could stop the tears. Not saying there's anything wrong with man tears, but not sure if they're appropriate for a first date. Personally, I'd say it makes sense if you've been together for a while, maybe to start sobbing and you're just like, oh, you're so hormonal. Like maybe he's having a rough time. Maybe he's finally letting go of those closed off emotions. It's funny. You can talk about it afterward. But yeah, first date, I don't know if I'd be too impressed. Not even because it's a man. I'd not be impressed if the girl starts sobbing. That's also the thing with like trauma dumping at the first date, right? At the one side, you should be able to talk about your life and your experiences that made you who you are. But at the other side, it does put some people off if you start out with it, you know? Like, hey, what's your name? Oh, my name's Cleo. What a nice name. I didn't pick it myself, but thank you. Oh, what do your tattoos mean? Oh, nothing. I just like them. Wow, they're so beautiful. Oh, thank you. I didn't make it myself, but thank you. So my mom died last night. She didn't actually, and to anyone who shares these things at the first date, like no pressure. But for me, it's not the vibe, you know? It puts it in a weird vibe. And I think my way of outing my love is joking, being sarcastic, and that'd be a bit weird. I met a very handsome guy, and there was actual chemistry between us. Supercharged pheromone receptors, uniquely calibrated for one another. Okay, dude, I hope he matches your style of words. Jesus Christ. We meet for coffee and are chatting. It starts out really well. Over the course of a latte, however, red marks start to appear on his face and hands. Oh no. He starts scratching at them, then looks up at me with resigned, chemistry-free dead eyes and says, "You have cats, don't you?" With an allergy that sensitive, I was glad we met in a well-ventilated public space. If you're meeting at a public space, you shouldn't worry about being allergic to cats. But Jesus, if you're that allergic, you should probably talk about cats in Tinder or whatever, right? I just saw this random one puked all over his car. Okay, very good. Very good for first date. I met up with someone from Craigslist on a blind date. Then someone said, "It's probably not the best decision to be browsing Craigslist while on a date. especially if your significant other is blind.
A few moments later.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, okay, it took me a while, but I understand they're joking. And I think this is pretty funny. Cleo certified, approved. Cleo approved. Fun, not so fun story. Now we're talking about Craigslist anyway. Here in the Netherlands, we have this thing called Marktplaats where you sell secondhand stuff. And my mom was selling a lamp, right? So she talked to this guy and she's maybe not the best communicator or judge of judgment. What the do you call that? Judge of character. So this person starts off saying, oh, I hope my navigation will work. See you at that time. And then, of course, he doesn't show up for 2 hours. Sorry about the sun, guys. Nature, am I right? And then about 4 hours later, he texts saying, after having driven around 2.5 to 3 hours around this small neighborhood, I couldn't find it and I asked a lot of people on the road. I wouldn't know what else to do to help you get rid of this lamp and blah, 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 blah. So my mom was just like, what the are you talking about? And after that, I thought we both agreed he was a weird guy who just wanted her to bring it to him for free. Well, as mums do, she decided to meet up with him again after he actually showed up at our house while we weren't there, because I don't know, he just thought, okay, they're probably home, I'll come get the lamp. That's creepy. That's a red flag. She did meet up with him again, and then he came over and he started complaining for about 5 minutes that the lamp is smaller than in the pictures. She was just like, okay, well, you can take it, you can leave it, it's fine. It was a free lamp, by the way. Yeah. But in the pictures, it does look bigger. And explaining why it needs to be bigger. Like, I don't care. Leave my house. I'm curious. Do you guys think it's weird of me to be a bit angry and concerned after that? Because I was just... This is one of those stories where the guy shows up and unalives you with a hatchet, you know? Anyway, first dates. Ladies, let me do a spin of you. Ow. Oh, hey, my eye is up here. For my first date ever, we got lost and couldn't find the restaurant. So we ate at Applebee's. That sounds like something I do. I used to get lost all of the time. Even if I had to bike just 5 minutes to a friend, I'd get lost. Have to call them. And I would actually bike all the way home and start crying because I couldn't do it. Then he tried to impress me by drifting in his beat up 90S Saturn. He lost control and we almost hit a tree. That's one thing. You will not impress me by drifting or going very fast. Maybe if you have a cool car or something, or you can drive well, but don't make me scared in the car, okay? You're not only playing with your own life, you're playing with a baddie's life. We lasted 4 months, damn, before he broke up with me because his dad caught us snuggling, fully clothed, and watching a G-rated movie with no parental supervision. We were 18. That family has issues. Dude, what? He broke up with you over that? I'm not sure if that'd be the only reason. Maybe his family does have issues. Guy that I randomly met at a coffee house where my friend was playing a show asked if I wanted to show him around the city sometime. I don't know if that's ever a good idea. People have asked me so many times, oh, you can show me around the Netherlands? No, you're probably really creepy and just want to know where I live. Let me take you places and then try to... I said yes because I assumed he didn't have friends, and at 16, I was apparently all about meeting new people. That's good though. I understand why you did this. Ended up meeting him after work on a Saturday, went to a salad bar, okay, sexy I guess, and had a really awkward conversation, then went to see a movie. That's less awkward because you don't have to talk. He kept staring at me all throughout the movie. I wanted to die? Okay, why don't you ask him, could you stop? It's always easier to say what you should have done instead of doing it in the moment, I understand. I've been through so many of these experiences in my life. When it was over, I said something about having a boyfriend back in Boston. Good idea. He was like, so what? He's there, you're over here. Never texted the guy back again. Well, I'm glad you could even get home instead of him wanting to be like, no, where my hug at? The Craigslist one and this one are so creepy because it almost feels like it's our fault for doing it, but we are not the creepy weird person trying to get with someone even though they say no. I've had a guy try to kiss me while I was just leaning over to grab something. He just I was like, whoa, okay, no. Nah, girl, we can go downstairs, we can go downstairs. No, I don't want to. 5 times, at least, he asked. And I was just like, no, I don't want to go with you. And he said, I mean, it's not what he said, but I don't remember because I was just creeped out and I wanted to go home. It's just crazy how the world is, and girls and guys should be protected from this. We should talk about it with each other. Even at parties, I know guys who have been at parties, they don't talk about that, even though it could really have an impact on them. Never break a friend's trust, okay? Just make your intentions clear from the start. And if they say no, it's a no. I found a couple ones that are more recent, and this is a beautiful, delicious one as well. He took me roller skating and he threw up 4 times, twice on me, once on the way to the bathroom and once on his mom when she came to pick us up. I never saw him again. I mean, I don't know how old they were, but even being picked up by their mom, I don't actually feel like it's sexy. When I think about it, my first date or being with my current boyfriend, my mom came to pick me up and he was just waiting next to me like, hello, milady, my name is XYZ. And he was so polite. You can be picked up by your mom and it not be weird, guys. But being thrown up on? Or you're not getting head? Even when you're getting head. If your puke is on me on the first date, I don't really think I'd be feeling it. I met a guy on Tinder and we spoke all length of Snapchat for weeks. I was so excited to meet him. Never be excited to meet a guy from Snapchat, guys. I said what I said. I took him for a beer at a local quiet and intimate brew house. He showed up drunk. Okay, great, awesome. And opened with a commentary about how I'll be fun as I'm large-chested and 4'9", and thus a walking titty job. Okay. Another green flag in the book. He yelled anti-Asian slurs across the bar. Dude, that's maybe even the most embarrassing part about this. He told me in heavy graphic detail about his morning bowel movements liquidy. I'm pretty open and I talk about a lot of stuff, but this, I don't like poopy stuff. He gave me the explicit recounting of his first time going down on a woman on her period. Great! He ended the evening by yelling at me when I said I was going to call it a night. I mean, he even expected you to be his after that. Some of these men can be so embarrassing. You can't even enjoy our time being sober. One of my first ever dates, I took a girl I really liked from school to the cinema. Wasn't all our first dates at the cinema? And weren't they all awful? During the ads, I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, the movie had started. As it was really dark, I sat back in what I thought was my seat. Turns out I was sitting 2 rows behind her beside another girl and a guy. I didn't realize till the lights came on at the end. I must have been too nervous to realize. Maybe he couldn't look at her because he was so nervous. Oh, that's embarrassing. Imagine sitting there and just thinking your date ditched you because he didn't come back. Even if he didn't ditch you, you'd still have that feeling it's ruined. That's the one I feel most bad about. At that age, we all had a date at the cinema. I was with this one guy who actually ended up touching me without my consent later, so that's great at 14. That doesn't influence the rest of your life. Not at all. And at the cinema, I was like, oh, this is gonna be an awesome movie. I'm really interested to see the movie. And he just started kissing me, and I basically had to kiss him the entire time. I'm not a person who likes to be all physical when there's people around me. I don't think the cinema is the place to do that. It was weird and I didn't know how to say no. So I was kind of disappointed. My disappointment in some men started very early because I noticed every time I thought, oh, great, this person actually wants to talk to me. Oh, we're gonna watch a great movie. I'm so interested. Oh, this Twitch viewer is really interested in who I am. Every time it came back to the fact that someone just wants to have schmecks with me. You start to lose faith in people, but I will just say, girls, don't lose faith, okay? Be careful, heal yourself, but there are so many good guys out there. I enjoyed this so much. If you like these Reddit type stories, subscribe to the channel. I also stream on Twitch. You can follow me down in the description. Here are some of my thoughts for my Twitch channel, and I hope to see you again very, very soon. Bye!